Yeah. Huh.
So, good attitude. You were talking about that the other day.
Yeah, I think our seniors have set a good tone and been impressed with their energy and enthusiasm, and maybe they're faking it, but if they're faking it, they're doing a good job. I mean, I feel like they've really been engaged, and I think that just sets a tone for the rest of the team. So I'm pleased, and I think like I've said, I think it helps to have your first game at home, where you can hopefully have a good crowd and use that and get some momentum.
What's the prospects for a second game at home?
Not good, because we're going to redo the floor, so we're going to be on the road the rest of the way. So unless that takes like a day, I think that's what these guys are here for.
With the CenturyLink for you?
I don't know. Is the Civic available? You're tight with the people in Ralston Arena, probably, aren't you, Piv? You can get us in there. I'd play there.
On short notice.
Yeah.
You might have to play in the auxiliary hockey area.
That's okay.
But so what? I'm sure you've been studying up on Missouri. Anything you know more than Monday night?
Well, they got two kids who can really score. One who can really shoot it, Morgan I, who's probably as good a shooter as there is in the country, and then the coolest kid who averaged almost 20 in the SEC.
Right.
He's really just a really versatile 6'1" kid, and then the other kids just kind of play off him. They're young in the post. They're both of their 5 players are freshmen, but they're solid. Like they're going to be good. I think they're pretty good players now. They'll be good players. They don't really have a creative. So their point guard is a good passer, but they don't have that lightning quick point guard that can beat you off the dribble, which I think helps us a little bit. But it'll be a lot like guarding ourselves. I mean, that's why I said, you worry when you see a shooter as good as the I kid, and then just how many threes they can make. But that's kind of who we guard every day in practice. We're a 3-point shooting team, so when you see some of the SEC teams fall asleep on them in film, you're like, well, that I think we're used to guarding that sort of team more maybe than some of the SEC teams that see more post up, drive the ball type teams. And then the one time they play Missouri, they lose track of shooters, and so hopefully we're disciplined there. But Koulis is a tough matchup. She's a really good one-on-one 4-player who can shoot it and drive it.
Good attitude she's seen the last couple of days in practice?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's one of those things like, we wanted to be in the NCAAs, but at the same time, you have to think of all the teams that don't even get into a tournament at all, and the NIT is still a great opportunity. And we have a good attitude about it, and we think that we could possibly go all the way through it. And so I think we're looking forward to the experience.
And obviously, when you've been denied something that you really wanted, attitude plays such an important part of it.
Yeah, it does. I don't know. I'm actually kind of impressed with how well our practices have been going, and it could be one of those things, especially with 6 seniors, where it could be like, we didn't make the NCAAs, that's it. But I think that we all kind of have the mindset of let's just keep playing, let's make this last as long as we can, and I think we're excited, and I'm excited for the opportunity for even all of our underclassmen to really step up too. So.
In terms of saying, it's almost like you've come full circle to where maybe some of the pressure of basketball is not going to be there, and it's just going to be maybe a little more fun.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I was kind of talking with her about that. I was like, hey, we can kind of because all season the pressure's on to win, and so you can have a better resume for the tournament. And now it's just one of those things let's just have fun while we're doing it. There's no pressure, and I think that might almost be a good thing, because when you get in some of those games, tensions are high, and I think now it'll just be one of those things maybe we can just be a little bit more relaxed overall. So.
guess when you look back on it, the good things and the bad things you guys did this year, and maybe look at the bad things, what kept you guys from getting where you wanted to go?
Just inconsistency. You look, we had some really good wins. Like we beat Oregon State, who was in the Pac-12 final.
Right.
We beat St. John's. We beat DePaul. But then losing to Butler twice, that's a dagger. Drake. That one will haunt me probably forever. And I would say another huge loss for us was Clemson in that tournament at UNLV. I think it was just one of those things where we had a really good game, and then the next day we played horrible.
Right.
And so I think it's just the fact that we were so inconsistent. We'd be really, really good, and then we'd be terrible. And so I think we didn't play the downs. Like, it's one of those things, you're going to have the down parts of your season, but we really had – they weren't just like okay, they were bad. When we were bad, we were bad.